Back with the E39 M5. Today I want to look into it a little bit. When I bought the car, ever since it's had a little bit of an oil leak, and I want to get that figured out. I'm tired of this car leaking. And as well as the engine leak, it also has a little bit of a tranny leak. The drain bolt is leaking, so I'm gonna go ahead and order one of those and order the fluid for it so we can do fluid change. But obviously if I'm ordering parts, I want to get everything at once. So we'll get some parts for this, some parts for the F80. All right, right now we're under the M5. From all I can really see is when I got under here, the drain bolt was accumulating oil right at the tip. And as you can see around the plug, you can see some oil residue coming through the threads. So I really think that's it. It might just be the drain plug for the engine, and then as well as the transmission plug. So that should be easy enough. As you can see, I'm trying to focus for you guys. It's splattered with oil all over the back, and you can see it dripping. So that's under the engine, and then as well under the transmission, you can see there should be some drips on the floor. I think it got covered up with the cardboard, but the plug right there, let me try to zoom in for you guys. The plug right there, you can see that's where it's mainly leaking from. Again, you can see it coming through the threads. So other than that, that's easy enough. I'll get both plugs and fluid change, and it should be good to go. There was no residue on the pan really anywhere. I expected it to be the valve cover. You can see a little bit of oil residue inside under the plenum, but as far as the underside of the valve cover, there really is no oil leaking. Yeah, this one's completely dry, just dusty. So other than that, yeah, I really think it's just the plugs. So that's, I mean, best case scenario, honestly, just change the fluid and change the plugs. We'll be good to go. So I'll probably order that up right now and get some parts for the F80, and that should be it. Going back to the battery draw, I want to figure out what it is exactly. Obviously it's part of the radio system, but I want to say it's the subs. When the subs are plugged in, they make a loud buzzing noises, and I'm pretty sure one of them is blown. So I'm gonna just go ahead and disconnect the subs and then plug the fuse back in, and I'll measure it with a multimeter. Disconnect the battery to get the battery tray out. While the battery is disconnected, I went ahead and plugged in the 30 amp fuse. This is the one that's causing the draw. So that's plugged in, and I have both of the subs disconnected. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the ground back on the battery, and I'll measure it, and I'll see if it keeps going down. All right, just for reference, right now it's 5:37 and we're chilling right here. It is moving a tiny bit. It was going down a lot faster, and now it seems to be stopped right at 12.07 with both of these subs unplugged. So I'm gonna wait a little bit and I'm gonna see where it ends up. So with the subs unplugged, obviously there is no bass and it's just running off the straight door speakers. I went through the car trying to listen for stuff. I don't believe any of the tweeters or the smaller speakers are working 100%. That tweeter's not working. The back tweeters aren't working. Really, I only think this speaker has some volume, but it's really, honestly sounds like shit. And these two rear deck speakers are working, but like I said, really kind of sounds like shit. The door speaker over here, I put my ear up to this, it really, you couldn't really hear anything. It was really distorted. So definitely makes sense why this car sounds like shit. So I really have to go through and put all new speakers. I'm watching this still. I just had the car power on, so that's why it dropped a little bit. I'm gonna try plugging in one of the subs and seeing if it'll work. Well, the other one being unplugged, I'm not really sure. And I'll try to figure out which one, if one or if both are causing the draw. So that's next. I plugged in the left side sub, so right now they're both plugged back in. It's really not dropping how it was before. It's kind of hard to say because it's really not consistent. Before, when I plug it in, it would drop immediately, and that was when I was having issues starting the car. So right now it's pretty fluent. It's just staying right there. It's not really moving. I don't want to just leave it in and kill the battery, but as is right now, it's really not doing anything. It's pretty consistent. So right now everything's plugged in. Just turn the lights on so you guys can see. But if you can't already hear, the sub in the back is buzzing. It's very loud. You can't miss it. So I'm gonna leave this plugged in for a while, and let's see, because obviously that sub is 100% bad. So I'm gonna leave the car as it sits for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Okay, just one more time for reference. Right now it's 555. I have the right side still unplugged. The buzzing gone away. It just really doesn't sound great because it's only working off one sub. I'm not honestly too sure how it's supposed to sound with only one sub, because obviously I can't really test it with one bad and only one side semi-working. But it's right at 12.01, so I'm gonna leave this here, like I said before, for a little bit, and we'll come back to it later. We're fixing the cars. Came to the M3 real quick to rescan the codes after putting out the last few videos. So as you can see, just the thermostat codes, everything for running tooling for the banks went away. So yeah, it definitely 100% was the O-rings, and I did manage to seal them as they were. I'll still go ahead and order some new ones. But yeah, we're knocking stuff off on the M3. I'm gonna go ahead and order the plug when I ordered the stuff for the M5, and hopefully we can get that knocked out too. Another little update for the M3. I got some more interior pieces. I have the thing for the driver assistance. This is the old one. As you can see, the buttons are missing the springs, so they don't work. The cameras, and then the little handle for the headliner. About 30-45 minutes later, coming back out here. It started raining. Got the M3 outside right now. As long as the M5 goes, letting it sit, it's showing right where it needs to be. So it's safe to say that that sub is the issue. I'm able to keep one plugged in, so hopefully I can just order or find one, but ideally two, and get that fixed. As far as the M3 goes, I'm gonna have someone code out the airbag lights, get that figured out. Should have that done Saturday. Still have the headlight right over here. I think I might go tomorrow, maybe. I'll see how my schedule works. So hopefully we can get the headlight in, airbags taken out. As you guys just saw, the check engine light for the tooling went away. So M3 is getting sorted. And then as far as that goes, I should have another video coming out going to California in the next few days, so that should be a good one. But as far as that goes, that's about it for this video.